Hey, everybody, welcome in. Hey, Barry, good to see you. Happy Friday. Hey, have fun in nature. Welcome in. Hey, Kevin, happy Friday. Hope everybody had a great week. I had a good week. It was a short week. We had a holiday in Rhode Island here on Monday, which was nice because it extended my vacation. And then I had a 4-day work week, and I was really busy, just, obviously coming back. So the week flew by for me. And poor Calvin's wondering why the camera's not on him. He's behind me. So how's everybody doing today? Hey, Ravi, how are you? Good to see you. So I was hoping to do this outside, but unfortunately it started drizzling a little bit. They said we may get some kind of thunderstorm rolling through. So unfortunately I'm inside. If I see it clear up, I may jump back out, but for now we're going to just sit indoors until it passes. Good, Kevin. I'm glad things are going well. Calvin is in the kitchen at the treat spot wondering why I'm stealing his thunder. So I thought it would be interesting to go live from this channel. I haven't really posted much on this channel in the last, I don't know, year and a half. A sporadic, like, short here and there, I think, is about it. And it's too bad because when I first started this channel, it was very slow, and then all of a sudden it kind of got legs. And this was before YouTube changed the monetization from 4,000 hours. Sorry, when they changed the first round of monetization from 4,000 down to 3,000, and from 1,000 subscribers to 500 subscribers. I was like I had over 3,000 watch hours. I was actually very close to 4,000 watch hours, but I didn't have anywhere near the 1,000 subscribers. And so I just sort of didn't focus on the channel as much and focus more on Calvin's channel. But yeah, so hey, Chris. Hey, Kay and Ro, welcome in. Happy Friday. Good to see you. Hey, Michelle, how you doing? TGIF. Good to see you here. Hope you had a nice weekend. Changing it up a little bit, going live. Calvin's not happy that I'm not focusing on him. Wow, we've got 17 in the house already. That's amazing. Thank you guys so much. Let me start adding some mods here. Bear with me. Okay, so let's see. Add as a mod. Congratulations, Barry. I think you may be the first mod of the channel. Have fun in nature is next. Add as a mod. Hiking with Jackie Boy. Add as a mod. Ravi. Nope, wrong guy. Ravi. Add as a mod. Give me 1 minute. K and Row. Add as a mod. Let's see. Who else am I missing here? Hey, Ari's World is in the house. Welcome in. Standard moderator. Here you go. Let's see. Michelle Talks GH. Add as a mod. Standard moderator. I feel like Oprah handing out moderators. You get a moderator. You get a moderator. Let's see. Is that everybody right now? Hey, Jocelyn. Good to see you. Welcome in. Toes going first here in Alabama. Nice. I like that. Hey, Aries. Well, yeah, I'm gonna get with that. Good segue. Let me just make sure. Let's see. Hey, Brian. Welcome in, Brian. Good to see you. Hello, Project FN. Welcome. Hey, Troy. Good to see you. Welcome in. Happy Friday. Hey, Angela. Good to see you. All right. Who else is in here? Let's see. I think everybody's in. All right. Poor Calvin is literally jonesing for a treat right now. Let me give him a treat, and I'll be right back in 1 second. Okay, I gave Calvin a bone that should at least take him maybe 15 minutes to eat it. So, good to see everybody. Thank you guys for being here. I really appreciate that. So Chris asked, "What is my plan for the channel?" Well, let me kind of back up first, and then I'll get to that question. I kind of have a little bit of not a script, but I have a few talking points that I want to cover. So, the great thing is I don't really have to introduce myself because everybody that's in here knows me. So that's a good start. But in case there's any lurkers, my name is Jeff. I am from Rhode Island, and I have a dog, Calvin, who's a Boston Terrier, and that's our primary channel on YouTube. And so I guess I'll start by saying, how did this channel come into existence? Well, originally it was just a channel that I had an account where I just watched videos. It wasn't meant to develop content. You know, obviously before I started posting videos of Calvin, I still had a YouTube account and, you know, just watch content with it essentially. Then what happened was, and Have Fun in Nature mentioned it, my first ever video that I ever posted on the channel got 18,000 views, and that blew me away because I was obviously not known. I didn't even really have a channel name other than my name. And the reason why I posted it on my own channel is because the video really had nothing to do with Calvin. I was actually traveling on a business trip in New Orleans, Louisiana, and a few folks that I was traveling with, we had a little bit of free time. We decided to do a plantation tour in, I forget the name of the parish. It was called Oak Alley Plantation. It was probably a good like 45 minute drive away from New Orleans. And I said, this is really interesting. And I just started filming. A lot of it was just filming the content. I didn't really, you know, talk much or no voiceover or anything like that. But as I kept filming, I'm like, wow, this is, you know, kind of powerful. Obviously, for those, you know, you guys obviously know what a plantation was back in the day. Wasn't really a good place to be. You know, there was slavery and all that going on. And before we even went on this tour, we asked, you know, where does our fee go? Like, what's the money going to? Because the last thing I want is for a place to profit off of a really awful time in history. And so, you know, after doing our research, we were assured that any dollar that's raised or, you know, spent at that location, none of it is kept by anybody. It's all donated to good causes, and so that made me feel good. But anyways, I just filmed pretty much all of the grounds. The actual property was gorgeous, and then, you know, you learn a little bit about who the owners of the plantation and sort of what life was like back then and all this stuff. And I said, I'm going to kind of take all the video clips. Hey, Fran, how are you? Good to see you. Sorry, I'm totally not looking at chat right now. That's so bad. You would think this is my first time. All right, let me get back to the chat for a second and see who I missed. What was the video? So it was, I should know the name of it, but it's, if you go onto our just on our regular videos, it's the first one. So search oldest to newest. And essentially it's Oak Alley Plantation. The thumbnail's really awesome because what's really nice about that place, like from the grounds perspective, is the place is flooded with like oak trees. And there literally is an alley with oak trees lining like, you know, a walkway basically going down to like the water. And it's really beautiful, the grounds, again, despite what happened there. So the thumbnail is literally me taking a picture down this alley with the oak trees lining it. And so anyways, YouTube wants to know what your bedroom color is, if you're interested in answering that. Mine is like a dark gray. Let me make that a little smaller. Oops, sorry. All right, who else is in? And I'll finish my story. We got Fran, Michelle. Fran, I'm going back, guys. I'm going back. I know I missed. Hey, Audra, good to see you. Let me add you as a mod. All right, I don't want to go too far back in the chat because I want to go. So if I missed you, it was not intentional. I promise. Just keep saying hi to me. I will see you. White ship lap, bedroom color, dove white. Hey, Danny, how you doing? Blue and cream. You searched popular. Okay. Yeah, you could find it that way. It's our most watched video. So anyways, I filmed all of this content. And then when I was looking at it all, I'm like, man, I kind of filmed this entire place. And although I didn't really talk much in the video, I did in some clips, but it was really me talking to like the folks that I was with. It wasn't anything to do with what I was seeing, other than saying, oh, wow, this is like interesting and things like that. Nothing that, would be very value added in a video. So what I ended up doing was, and at this point I was already filming videos for Calvin, so I kind of knew how to edit videos a little bit at this point. And so I decided, hey, Candy's Lounge, good to see you. Oops. Is this an interior design channel? It's not. This is what YouTube wanted to know, so I put it up there. So anyways, I decided to edit all the video clips together, and I muted a lot of the clips and obviously put, somber music over it just because it is a sad place, and ended up doing narration through text. And so I posted the video with zero expectations. And I don't know, within 5 days, it had like a few thousand views, not the 18,000 views that it got. And then it slowed down for a bit. And then a few days later, the timing of when I posted the video, I think it was in June sometime or late May. I can't remember when we went, but I want to say it was June. Well, a week later, the federal government had announced the new Juneteenth holiday. It was the first year that they put that holiday in existence. And I swear, like, my video just then started getting thousands of views right around Juneteenth. So I don't know if people were searching stuff related to like slavery or about the holiday and kind of what it meant. And my video was just getting pushed out there. And I was just like shocked. I'm like, oh, wow. I'm like 18,000 views. I'm like YouTube's easy. I'm like, let's just keep doing this. And so I posted that video and then said, all right, maybe I should start posting videos on this channel, because I could tell you at that time, not one of Calvin's videos got anywhere near 18,000 views on long form. Shorts, yes, we've had a few that have done that. Hey, Sock, how you doing? And I started posting some videos and then said, okay, well, I need to come up with a channel name. And as I started putting more videos, I said, well, what should I do? And I'm still not sold if my channel name is really the right name for what I'm doing, because I think if a lot of people look at my channel name, Your Rhody Vlogger, they would assume that I'm posting content solely about Rhode Island. And although I do have a few videos of that, some videos of Rhode Island, it's really a vlogger who's from Rhode Island posting, videos about his travels and all these places that he's been to and things of that nature. But so it's TBD whether I want to keep the channel name. I do have my name at the end of the channel name because, you know, I just know a few people knew me, but I think I'm gonna ditch my name off the channel and just keep it Your Rhody Vlogger, and then I need to decide, you know, am I just gonna keep doing the similar content that I did, mix it up. Basically, it's a Rhode Islander who travels and shows things from his state and elsewhere, or really focus on Rhode Island content, and that's TBD. So I think what I'll do for now is just kind of continue to post what I think is appropriate. Some of the other videos that did really well on our channel is cruise videos. So I posted a bunch of like videos from me going on cruises, and I wouldn't say they were necessarily recaps, or they were more like vlogs of my cruise travels, not so much reviews of like the ship or the itinerary or anything like that. I mean, I do occasionally chime in with an opinion on things, but it was really more just, hey, I'm on this cruise, I'm filming, you know, some of the things that I did, some of the places that we went on the excursions, or when we popped, you know, between island to island, and some of the food and all that kind of stuff. And some of those videos did really well too, because I think when people are searching, you know, they may be going on a cruise and they want to learn about the ship that they're going on. And so they pop that into YouTube, and my video was appearing and people were clicking on it. And although I didn't give recap of like a review, they got a sense of like what the ship was like and sort of the fun that somebody was having on the ship. So you know, basically now, anytime I go on a cruise, I'm going to try to post those videos. Not every video did super well, but I mean, I probably have a good 3 or 4 videos that I think got at least 5,000 views and more. Maybe one that got 10,000 views. So it's pretty cool. Calvin, come on, bud. Sorry, Calvin's a pill right now. I'll be right back. Come on, bud. Here. Go. All right, I just want to check the chat for a second. Don't have any idea who Fran is. I know who Fran is. FDP in the hizzy. Sounds cool as long as it makes me happy. Hey, Vago, welcome in. Turtles Walking, good to see you. Thank you for being here. Let's see who else. Cruising with JDP, yes. But anyways, so yeah, those were kind of some of the videos that I did, and then I posted then basically anytime I travel, I would try to vlog it. You know, I would mix in some shorts. You know, I even did a couple of like casino videos, like, and this is like a Rhode Island video. So we have a casino in Rhode Island called Bally's Twin River Casino. It's a Bally's property. And I actually did, you're not really technically supposed to film in there without permission, but I was very sort of on the down low with it, and basically filmed the casino. I filmed a little bit of me playing like very discreetly and like not for long, but mostly just showed kind of like what the casino was like. And that video did really well. Then I also filmed from Mohegan Sun Casino in Connecticut. That video did really well. So there's a bunch of videos that did pretty well, and then I had a bunch of duds. And I made the bad mistake of stop posting videos. I slowed down the content creation big time, and now I'm paying for it. Even like the last, I would say, you know, 3 months of videos that I posted, maybe even 5 months of videos, the view counts went way down, even on topics that were doing well before. So anyways, I'm going to try to resurrect the channel. It's definitely going to be my second channel. Calvin is still going to be the first priority. And But yeah, and I think I will try to incorporate a little bit more Rhode Island, you know, uh, videos within the channel, because there's so much of my state that I love and I'm proud of that a lot of people who live here take for granted. And I probably would be the same if I wasn't fortunate enough to travel quite a bit in my life. You know, I'm not like a world traveler. I've only been to like 13 countries, and most of them are in the Caribbean. But what I'm saying is, I've been to a bunch of places in the United States, and I come home and I'm like, you know what? I live in a pretty damn good state. And unfortunately, a lot of people who live here take that for granted, and maybe don't have the experience of seeing other places. And don't get me wrong, there's so many beautiful places in this country. I am like I get blown away anytime I see like certain landscapes that I'm not familiar with. But I would die if you took me away from the ocean or the coast. I could never live in the Midwest, and I know this now after traveling. And this is not to throw shade at the Midwest, because I love visiting and I love the people there. But I am going to die on the East Coast, or probably not the West Coast, but I'm going to die on the East Coast whenever that day comes. So Kay and Rose been to Block Island. So I have a video of Block Island on my channel that also did pretty well. Started out really, really slow, but it picked up steam after a while. I don't know how that happened, but it's a great place. It's the only place that I can visit in my state where I feel like I'm not in my state when I go there. It's because it's just so different. You got to take a ferry to get there. It's just got different vibes, but it's a really beautiful place. Yeah, I've been to 13 countries and I've been to 31 states. Thank you, Michelle. I appreciate that. Trust me, one channel would be enough for me. And unfortunately, I had a little bit of success with some of these videos that I posted. And if I hadn't, I can tell you right now, I would have just not have posted any more videos and just focused on Calvin. But I will say, what was a little frustrating as a creator, obviously exciting at the same time, I'm kind of talking on both sides of my mouth, but I was, in a way, when I saw my other channel kind of doing really well off the rip, I'm like, man, I've been like investing so much time into Calvin's channel. I put so much effort, like I try really hard with this, at least when we started. And it was like, it's so tough on the pet channels. I mean, obviously there's a few that, that have done really well, including in our circle here. But I mean, it took us like almost 5 years to get monetized on Calvin's channel. And, that's a long time. And again, if it weren't for the community, I don't know if I would have kept going, but the community kept us going. And, that's really the best part of YouTube anyways, is the community. So you've been to 37 states in Canada. That's amazing. That is a great idea, Fran. I actually mentioned this yesterday on somebody's live stream. I think it was the live stream that Donnie and Kevin did. I said, hey, I should go live on I should do a joint live with Calvin and my channel. And I was joking, though, saying running back and forth between cameras. But that's a good idea. I should have Calvin, on one camera and me on the other. It's a great idea. Let's see what else we have. Yeah, I know, Brian. And again, it's not for everybody. Like, that's just my passion and my love. I'm a different person when I'm along the water. It's just a good vibe. It's no secret. Summer is my favorite season. And I can say that because I live in the Northeast. It gets hot here too, obviously, not for the duration that it does in the southern part of the country. And there are some days, when it's like 95, I don't love that. But, most of the time in the summer, we're like 80 to 85. Yes, there's some humidity, but we generally get a breeze. And, it's just comfortable. And again, I have the beach right there. I can be at any water within 5 minutes. I can be at a bay beach in about 15 minutes, and I can be at like the actual ocean in like 40 minutes. And so, you know, that's a win for me. All right, so YouTube, as soon as I got rid of that question, they wanted to ask a food you'd never get tired of. "19 countries, that's excellent. I think it could work, Turtles. There's no reason why not. I would be on two separate devices, so it's not like, you know, I could make it work. And I don't have a plan per se. I think I can only do this obviously from home, but I have another iPhone that's like retired. It's just sitting in a drawer. It's an iPhone 12. And it was just recently, I didn't realize that even if you don't have an active phone plan, you can use Wi-Fi and still get on the internet. Like, I don't understand why I didn't realize this, but I could actually operate with two cell phones and just keep one of them on mute so we don't get the feedback. But that would be kind of fun, actually. Yeah, congratulations, K and Row, getting monetized. I'm so happy for you guys. That's awesome. Let's see what else I missed. Oh no, that's okay, Fran. I'm so glad. Honestly, you saying that just makes me feel good that my idea is not dumb, I guess. So I appreciate you coming up with that idea, because part of me, when I did say it though, just so you know, it was a joke. It was kind of meant as a joke. I wasn't going to be serious about it, but the more I talk about it, I don't see why I can't do it. Michelle says, I take you all around Rhode Island in November. We've been to a few places, Michelle. We went to Newport. I took Michelle and Ed to a Portuguese restaurant in East Providence. And so, guys, now that you're all mods, I know a lot of you follow each other, but there may be some of you who don't. Feel free to drop channel links if you want. Pork roll, pizza. I never get tired of pizza either. Hey, Anthony, how you doing? Good to see you. Oh, Anthony's not a mod. He is now. Oh, Denise, bread and sauce. That's some good stuff, Michelle. And you know it. So, Michelle, I don't know if you know this, because I don't think I knew it at the time, but there's a food website / blog. It's called Chowder Hound or something like that. And they're pretty reputable. And they actually ranked the top Portuguese restaurants in the country. And Denise, which is literally a tenth of a mile from my house, maybe a quarter of a mile. It's literally at the end of my street. Take a right, and it's at the next street intersection. Was ranked as the 5th best Portuguese restaurant in the country. And what I was surprised to see was that because there's not really a lot of Portuguese people down in Texas, from what I can see, there's a restaurant in the Houston area called Oporto that was ranked number 6. And I'm actually going to be in the Houston area in November for work. And I'm going to see if I can try that restaurant when I'm there. So that will be kind of cool. Potatoes. I like potatoes. Just seeing who else is in. Let's see. The festivals. Yeah, the festivals were cool. Anthony, anybody else? Hello, anyone I missed? Never had Portuguese food before. It's excellent. I know I'm being facetious about that. Not facetious, but I'm being biased, I should say. But it is just some good food. I highly recommend if you have an opportunity to try it. Kay and Row, you live in New Jersey. There's a lot of Portuguese people in some parts of New Jersey. I would bet you could find a really nice Portuguese restaurant if you had interest in, in trying that food. Typical Portuguese dishes. A lot of seafood, turtles. So a lot of fish dishes, other shellfish dishes. They have steak, but it's a lot of times it's the way they prepare it with like sauce. Very, very popular seasoning are like pepper sauces. Pimenta moída, it's called. It's like a spicy pepper sauce. A lot of saffron, believe it or not, in a lot of the dishes, like white wine, red wine, garlic. There's a lot of Mediterranean influence in the dishes, but they are big fans of like pepper sauce, and it's really good on food. Yeah, the bread is the bread is really good, for sure. Um, so, anybody have questions for me? Wow, we've been live for 31 minutes already. It's amazing how fast time flies. Food I never get tired of, the kind you eat. True. Saffron fancy. Yeah, it's fancy, but I wouldn't. It's not in every dish, Fran. I mean, that's a very expensive spice, but it's in a lot of. It's in like I think it's in more seafood dishes, believe it or not. But one of my favorite Portuguese dishes. I love. It's a sauce. It's called a Mozambique sauce, and it's like this yellow sauce that's got a lot of garlic. It's got wine in it. It's got some of that saffron, um, pepper spice, and it pairs really well with like shrimp and chicken, specifically, in my opinion. And so you'll see on a lot of times on Portuguese menus a dish called it's camarão Mozambique, which is like shrimp Mozambique or chicken Mozambique. And there's the restaurant down the street from me actually has the best of both worlds. They do a combination plate where you can get both shrimp and chicken Mozambique in the same meal. And we love our carbs in Portuguese food. So it's very common to have both sides be carb. Like, so a lot, like when I get the Mozambique dish, I get it with rice and French fries instead of like a vegetable. It's kind of amazing. Take care, Tiff and Brian. Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys stopping by. You bought saffron for the first time the other day. Interesting. That's cool. That's good. Hard to find lobster rolls here. So I've only had one lobster roll this entire summer. I think last summer I had about, I don't know, 10. For some reason, I just haven't really been in a position to get them. But I will get a couple more before the summer is over. I actually haven't been to, there's a place 2 towns over from me. It's called Blount's Clam Shack. And they have lobster rolls there and, other seafood dishes. I mean, you can get like burgers there too, but it's really nice because it's right on the water. And the line during the summer, typically like on a Friday, Saturday, is so long, and they were really smart. They also have a beverage food truck, basically a beverage truck, so you can get beer, wine, soda, water. You can get whatever you want, but a lot of people will get a beverage or two while they're moseying on through the line to get their lobster rolls. Oh, did he? Okay. No lobster rolls in Montana. Interesting, Brian. I'm surprised. Usually, like I'm assuming they must have a Red Lobster there, although maybe they don't. I think you could. I think you could get a lobster roll probably from there. Um, I don't even know if we have Red Lobster in Rhode Island. If we do, shame on us, because why would you go to Red Lobster when you can literally go anywhere else and get it fresh? So. But yeah, lobster rolls are the bomb. Dub ears. Let's see, anything else? I think I caught up on the chat. You had lunch on Greenwood Lake after a hike. Not familiar with Greenwood Lake, but it sounds nice. Poor Calvin. I'll give you guys a quick shot of him. There he is. Hey, Calvin, you made a cameo in my live stream. Barry, I like that one. Barry, can I steal that for my daily jokes with Calvin? I'm going to use that one. That one's really good. I'm going to do that one. So I'm actually having a little bit of fun with the daily jokes with Calvin. Obviously, Calvin is not impressed, and some of them are super corny, but trying something a little different. They're easy to make, and some of them have gotten a couple thousand views, like 1,500 views, 1,000 views. Feel free, you're not shellfish. All right. Yeah, Vaga. Well, they're daily as of like the last 4 days. I just started it, so I posted one this morning that I kind of liked. But I won't tell you. You guys have to go watch the video. All right, I'm going to get rid of this question. Let's see if YouTube has another one. Nope. YouTube's like, enough. So any questions for me, guys? I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Kind of covered the 5 things I want to talk about. Again, I guess my plans for the future with the channel are still up in the air. I'm debating whether I do more Rhode Island focused things, and I will get more Rhode Island content there. But I also like filming the places that I visit. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Anthony. Calvin, what's up, buddy? I already gave you a huge treat. You're not getting any more. Oh, did you understand that? Go lay down, bud. Where's my favorite city that I visited? I'm assuming you mean anywhere in the country or the world. I would say my favorite U.S. city that I've visited is San Diego. I absolutely love San Diego. I love the vibe. The weather is perfect. The food is good. It's clean. Every time I go, I'm like, oh, I could live here. It's like that kind of place. It's super expensive, so I really can't live there. It's not very affordable, but San Diego, I would say, is my favorite U.S. city that I've ever visited. My favorite Canadian city that I've ever visited, I've only gone to a few. I would say probably Montreal, and then Toronto second. I would say those. I mean, I've only been to those 2 cities, really. I've been to, I think that's about it. But I would rank Montreal ahead of Toronto. My favorite non-U.S. and Canadian city that I've been to. Let's see. That's a good question. I would say, I mean, it's not a big city because most of the countries I've been to, the cities are small. But I went to, back in 2003, I went to Aruba, and I really liked Oranjestad, which is the capital of Aruba. There was like enough to do there. It was clean. It was safe, excluding the whole Natalie Holloway situation. But I went before she disappeared, so I never felt like unsafe there at all. So I really like that city. And then my favorite country that I've been to is definitely the Azores in Portugal for a couple of reasons. Really, it was where my parents were born, and so to see where they came from and just have the connection that way was amazing. And I got to do that trip with my dad. My mom didn't want to go. My mom's not into traveling at all. She's like super afraid to like ride in a plane and the whole 9 yards. So my favorite country is Portugal for that reason, but also it was just gorgeous. Like the islands, the Azores Islands are beautiful. I went to 4 out of the 9, and all 4 of them look completely different. They're all unique. Very first YouTube video was recorded in San Diego. Cool. Have I ever visited New Jersey? Oh, yes, I have. I've been to the Jersey Shore a couple of times, the Belmar area. I went through Atlantic City. I didn't stay there. I think we did, I used to play hockey way back in the day, when I was a kid. I think we did a hockey tournament in Jersey. I can't remember exactly where, but yes, I've been to Jersey a few times. It's one of my 31 states. Troy says, I would like to see more places around Rhode Island. Yeah, I can make that happen. I mean, it's kind of funny. Like, I would argue that you see more places in Rhode Island on Calvin's channel because I take him places, but I really need to start filming my own videos and have a different spin on it and not just like walk around. I mean, it's a vlog, but I probably should make it a little bit more educational is too strong of a word, but basically show places and kind of tell people a little bit about that place and maybe what it means to me, if it means anything to me. I'm not attached to every place in Rhode Island. I've been I'm not going to say every place in our state is great. It is not. And clearly I don't show you guys that. When I take Calvin, we stay pretty much where it's safe or where I feel it's safe. Of course, anything can happen anywhere, but like there's some areas that are not really great. And I'll just leave it at that. Very first video was filmed in San Diego. That's awesome. Yeah, San Diego, Brian. Yep, it's awesome. Aruba, Jamaica. Ooh, I want to take you. Key Largo, Montego. Barry, you said that when he said it. Aruba. That's funny. Oh, no. Brian's crapping on New Jersey. K and Row, you're going to let him get away with that? The farthest I've taken Calvin. Well, I'm not going to count where I picked him up at because he was already there. So Calvin was born in Arkansas, but I picked him up in Memphis, Tennessee. The breeder was about 3 hours from there, and it was just easier to fly into Memphis. And so I guess technically I took him from Memphis home, but excluding that, the furthest I've ever taken him is New York City. We have a playlist on our New York City trip. It's probably only got about eight or 9 videos, and some of them are shorts, but that's the furthest I've taken Calvin. Thanks, Anthony. I appreciate that. Yeah, I'll make it happen. I got to find some unique places. Like, obviously, everyone's familiar with Newport, and that's obviously the staple tourist spot in our state. We've done Providence a little bit on Calvin's channel with like Waterfire and me taking him for walks in the city. But there's definitely probably more of Providence that I could show you. Great, James. Thank you for subscribing. I appreciate it. What's the farthest that Calvin has taken me? Man, let me tell you, sometimes for a little dog, he's strong. I have a 17-foot leash, and sometimes I feel like he's taking me 18 feet, Barry, to be honest with you. No, I get it, K and Row. Every state's got its pros and cons, right? I mean, I think, I think everybody where they live, I mean, I guess I can't say this for sure, but if people get out enough and explore the state, I bet you there's a lot of places where, people are proud of where they come from, and they should be. There's a lot of great places. Again, every place that I've been to, I've pretty much enjoyed, just for different reasons. And I would say not excluding all of the New England states, the state that I've been to the most is Minnesota, and Minnesota is absolutely gorgeous. Again, I would never want to live there because it's not on the ocean, but it is beautiful. They got great quality of life. Their winters are brutal, obviously, but basically once you get to like May through like October, it's warm there. It's actually like the Midwest is very weird. I think, and it's probably the same for you in Iowa, Chris. I feel like you have way more extremes on your weather. Like it gets super cold in the winter and ridiculously hot in the summer. In Rhode Island and in the Northeast, it's a little bit more tempered, and I think Kay and Roe would agree with me. Excluding this past winter where we got that 37-inch snowstorm, which was, an event that hopefully I don't see again in my lifetime. Our winters are generally pretty mild, and our summers are generally not blistering hot. Yes, we get a few days like that, but overall, we don't get sustained 90-plus degree days here. Jackie Boy was born in Monterrey, Mexico. Does he have a passport? Oh, Kevin, I missed what you said. What did Kevin say? Oh, that he was born in Monterrey, Mexico. Duh, never mind. Yes, almost 7K subs on Calvin's channel. Honestly, it's taken forever to get to 7,000. I feel like we've been at over 6,900 for I don't know, 3 months now. Just it's been a slow go the last 3 months on the channel. And I know I've had conversations with we're not going to go down that path, but it sounds like others have experienced some of the same things. But it's been a frustrating few months on YouTube. Let's put it that way. Kay and Rose says Monterrey, Mexico is where the Warning Band is from Heavy Metal Sisters. They rock. I've never heard of them. Hey Todd, how you doing? Good to see you. Welcome in. I know you're traveling, so I appreciate you stopping in. Vago says, I feel like there's been more extreme weather in the last few years. We're in heat wave 5 in the UK. Yeah, I feel like that's true too. There's been a little bit some inconsistency, with hot spurts and cooler spurts. Particularly for you in the UK. I know the UK is usually comfortable summers, right? It's not usually hot there. Whoops. I'm going to have to look up the warning. I don't know why I don't know them. Why has it been frustrating, Anthony? Again, I don't want to go too deep into this because I want to keep this more of a positive stream. It's been hard to get views. Let's put it that way. It's hard to get subs. There's just not a lot of engagement. People aren't watching videos, and I get it. Maybe it's the summer, maybe it's just the time of year, but sometimes I make videos and it's like, okay, did I just make that video for myself, essentially? Others can relate. Thanks, friend. I'm actually having fun with those. We're gonna keep those going for a while, and one day I am going to get Calvin to crack a smile. That is my goal, is for him to crack a smile on my joke. I might need to tickle him at the same time I'm telling him the joke, but I'm going to get him to smile for sure. Let's see. Very talented. Okay. Yeah, I'll have to listen to that band. I'll go check them out. Yes, exactly, Fran. They're making a lot of changes. And also, for those of you who are close to getting monetized, do your best if that's what you're interested in. Do your best to try to get that done before February, because if you don't, the watch hour requirement is doubling. It's going from 4,000 hours to 8,000. And for small creators, that's tough, right? I mean, for the kinds of channels that we have, we're not putting in a lot of money into our channels for production and all that. Most of us are filming on, cameras and iPhones, and, we have mics and things like that, but, we don't have a production company producing these kinds of videos. And so, I would urge you to just do live streams. I'm going to do a few more live streams on this channel. And at the end of the day, if I don't get monetized on this channel, that is completely fine. Like I said, this is our second channel. But you know what? I put a lot of content out there that did pretty good, and it's got over 600 subscribers. So I kind of feel like I'm going to give this a little bit of a whirl. And it'll just be a good change of pace, too, from Calvin's channel. I'll be able to just focus on content that I like to create, too, and not have to worry about Calvin in the videos all the time. Although I'm sure he'll make cameos here and there, for sure. Cloud seeding, weather manipulation, crazy stuff going on. You like the jokes, James? Good, thank you. Love their history, starting as preteens covering Ozzy and Metallica. Cool. Tickle him. You quit buying subs when Subway stopped the $5 footlongs. I know, man. Honestly, I'm surprised they don't bring that back, because, this is my opinion, of course, but when Subway first came out, the whole eat fresh, yes, it felt like you were eating a little healthier than other fast food. And I still don't really eat a lot of the sub shops, but if I were to go to a sub shop, I would go to Jersey Mike's 100 out of 100 times over Subway. It's just way better. Which Barry from Bama is my favorite? Barry 1 or Barry 2? My favorite is Barry White. Now, Barry, I like both Barrys equally. I love all you guys. You guys are amazing. The fact that I have 17 people in here, I literally was maybe expecting 5 to 6 people, 7 people to show up. That's really, it was just, I figured we'd come on. Sock wasn't going live tonight, and so I said, you know what? I'll fill the time slot, and so that's why I came on. We can just do 24/7 live streams, no big deal. I've seen some people do that, right? Don't they do like the all night silent lives? I think I've seen live streams where people have literally like had the camera rolling, and it's them sleeping in bed. It's like you're watching them actually sleep overnight. Like, that to me is weird. That I'm not gonna do for you guys. I promise. Yeah, definitely do more live streams. Yeah, Ari's World. I hear you. That's I'll do that. I mean, your shorts do way better. I know that's your main content is the shorts, and you guys get some excellent views. By the way, folks, I'm assuming a lot of you know, but Ari's World has 27,000 subscribers. Give a shout out. Shout out to Ari's World for that kind of subscriber. That's amazing. But Ari's has a point. Like 10 million views in a rolling 3-month period. That's like that's hard to do. Like for most people, it's impossible to do. And so what's the if you're not going to get paid out anything after being monetized, really, what's the incentive of making shorts videos unless you're a gigantic creator? So I don't know. Yeah, that was a very fun live stream, Fran. I enjoyed seeing Donnie and Kevin together. That was great. I was miserable at the Van Halen trivia, so I just started throwing my own lyrics into the chat just so I could recognize a song. I know Van Halen, obviously. I grew up listening to the music, but I don't know it to the extent of some of those trivia questions that were being asked. Did I clear this plan with Calvin? I did not. He's just going to have to accept it. Barry's at 29, almost 2,900 hours. Let's run some playlist, peeps. Barry, I ran one the other day. I did your TTM playlist. I'll run another one over the weekend. I worry that if you just keep running them every day, YouTube will like be on to you. So I try not, I feel like, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, people. Maybe it doesn't matter, but I try to spread out the playlist love for people because if we're doing it every day, I feel like YouTube's going to call shenanigans, but I don't know. $2,000 Jersey Mike points. Woo! Jersey Mike's for the win. I agree. And again, I don't really eat that much. It's not like I go there even weekly. I mean, I might have that once every couple months, but I'm going there over Subway. Oh, we love you too. Thank you, Brian. I love all you guys. You guys are amazing. Jared, who did the Subway commercial, is actually here in Big Macs. I thought he was in prison. Am I wrong on that? Wow, I'm actually falling behind on the chat here. Barry is awesome. I agree. You guys are all awesome. I know, and I know she left the chat. But Tiffany from Have Fun in Nature, I love her closing message is just be yourselves and be authentic. And that's really what you have to be. If you be yourself and you be authentic, people will see that. If you try to be something you're not, people will see right through that. And, again, it doesn't mean we're perfect, right? We all make mistakes. We all say things maybe we don't mean, or maybe we mean, but we say it in the heat of the moment and we regret it after. Just important that everybody give each other grace, right? Because you don't know what they're walking in on a particular day. I know it's a hard lesson to learn. Sometimes I have a hard time with that, but I just know that everybody in here is good people, but we make mistakes and we just have to try to do better the next time. Missed something here. Let's see. Yeah, you don't want to see me sleep. That's it. Wow, I'm behind on the chat. I'm waiting for Barry to put ketchup or spam. Yeah, that's awesome. 27,000. That's amazing, right? Troy, I mean, nothing to sneeze at for you either, my friend. I think the last time I checked, you had 11,000, maybe 12,000 subscribers. That's amazing. You guys are killing it. We will get there in 2027, Jeff. Jeff sleeping depends on whether we're talking PJs or nude. Oh man, no, I don't sleep I don't sleep nude. I can tell you that. We'll go into the TMI mode if you want. I'm a very like creature of habit when it comes to sleep. I wear a t-shirt and I wear shorts. Sometimes socks, sometimes no socks. It really depends on, I don't know. Like if I've had socks on all day, then I'll wear the socks to bed. But if like I've been in flip flops all day and then I go to bed, I don't like put on a pair of socks, I guess is what I'm trying to say. But yeah, even in the winter, I might throw on some like long like you know, workout pants kind of thing, like the, you know, they're kind of like the stretchy pants material, but they're not like skin tight. They're just, I don't know what you call them, like running pants, I guess. I'll wear those sometimes, but most of the time I wear my shorts. I have slept in a sweatshirt too if it's been like really cold. That's the other thing. Like, there's a thing that like, so right now my AC's been running like crazy, but I will try really hard not to turn my heat on until November 15th. That's like my goal. And so sometimes in like late October, early November, it'll get really cold in the house. Like the pipes aren't going to freeze, none of that. But it's like, okay, it's really cold and I could turn the heat on, but I'm like, nah, I'll just throw on like, I'll put on like a t-shirt, then a long sleeve t-shirt, and then like a heavy sweatshirt and just rough it until like November 15th. That's my goal. You got it, Barry, of course. Troy says, very small percentage will get 10 million views in 90 days. You would have to have some really big viral videos to hit 20 million. Exactly, Troy, I agree. I mean, obviously there's some crazy creators out there that get that. But I mean, what percentage of people are getting 20 million views in 90 days? I'm sure I'm sure Chat GPT or AI could tell us that, but that's not a lot of people. Oh, that's the prison name. Okay, thanks, Audra. Big Macs, I got you. I see Big Macs and I think McDonald's and a burger. Yep, just real for BU. Everyone else is taken. That's it, Barry. That's a great. Hey, Brooke Steele, welcome in. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you stopping in. Yeah, same here, Brian. I love everybody because they're real. Real recognize real. You know what they say. Exactly, Angela. We do. You guys know. There's a group of us that chat through chat, and let me tell you, the week I was on vacation, really more earlier in the week and the latter week before that, late in the week before that, I was not my best self. I was very negative and I hated that so much. And I just had to let it out to some people who would listen. And, you know, and I didn't want to be like that. But, you know, sometimes it just pents up and you got to let it out and then just try to move on from that. And that's what I'm trying to do. There we go. Thanks, Barry. I knew I could count on you for spam. Totally, K and Row. I'm glad I met you guys too. It's awesome. So Michelle Talks GH is the Michelle from The Great Indoors with Ed and Michelle, who I've met a few times now. You know, we see each other usually every November. They come to Foxwoods Casino in Connecticut for a few days, and we definitely get together and either try to film a video too, or just like she said, I'll take them places. But I don't know if anybody wants to post the link to that channel too. Michelle, if you want to post a link to the Great Indoors channel, feel free to do that. They make really great content. A lot of their content, they travel a lot too. They do a lot of road trips. Let me tell you, you guys must have a lot of miles in your car, but they do a ton of like restaurant reviews, and some of their videos have like thousands upon thousands of views. They've got a really good. And how many subscribers now? I know you've got over 10,000 too, easily, on your channel. Right, doesn't take effect until February, but that's not that far away. I do not sleep in the nude. You are right. That is noted. Barry says, 2 things I don't like about myself are procrastination and the habit of forgetting things. But the good things is that I don't procrastinate. Oh, Barry, I love your sense of humor, man. It's awesome. That takes a special skill, too. Are they gray pants? Does Tyso need to be here? Please don't send me to HR. Oh, wait. They're actually black. I don't have gray pants, but they're black. Yes, Calvin does sleep with me. It's actually weird. Like, I would feel weird. I mean, obviously if I'm out and he's not with me, that's fine. But like when I'm home, like sometimes he'll be like on the other couch and I'll call him and then eventually he'll come. But he would come anyways. Yeah, he snuggles up right next to me. A lot of times next to my hip or down near my legs. But every now and again he'll like come up and he'll stick his head in between like the crook of my arm pit and like my arm in like my chest, and he'll just snuggle up in there. It's really cute. Don't forget to change my ear filter, Jeff. Wait a second. I thought I made you a mod. I did. Okay. I'm that far behind. Wow. Penguin Danny DeVito or Taxi Danny DeVito? I tried to figure out, I think only a few thousand channels can get that. Yeah, see, that's what's weird. Makes sense that they'd want to do that. Even 8,000 watch hour has to be pretty small numbers. Well, that I don't know. For long form content, I would say there's probably a lot of channels that have 8,000. Let's put it this way. There are way more channels that have 8,000 hours than 20 million shorts views, in my opinion. Tyso. YouTube needs to not put ads on channels that aren't monetized. I know, that is not really fair if you think about it, that they do put ads on your videos and you can't get a dime of that. Thanks. We love you too, Fran. Appreciate that. We all blow off steam sometimes. We do. And I get it. We have to. You know. Todd says, if you see this, Jeff, say, happy birthday, Jessie. She will see and hear you. It's her 91st birthday. Happy birthday, Jessie. Wishing you many blessings on your 91st birthday. May God bless you. That's awesome. Happy birthday to your mom, Todd. That's amazing. 171 more shopping days until February 1st. That's cool. I am gonna talk about one thing that I'm gonna do. It's not on this channel. It's gonna be on Calvin's channel, but I'll share with you guys now. Not all the details because I want you guys to watch the video. Of course, if I tell you everything now, then you won't have to watch. But I think you guys know my friend. We call him Newman, and the reality is his real name is Peter. And Newman is not his last name, but his last name rhymes with Newman. And so that's his channel name is Newman. And so that's what everybody knows him as. But him and I have been really good friends. I used to coach his youngest son in hockey for a good like 7 or 8 years, maybe even 9 years. And we just remained friends ever since. And so he gave me, for my birthday, he gave me a gift card to Petco, which is great, right? Because I can normally use that for Calvin, but I'm like, wait a minute. I'm like, it's my birthday. I turned 50. I said, you know what? No, I'm not spending that on Calvin. I'm going to spend that on me. And so I'm like, okay, is it possible for a human to spend $100 on themselves at Petco? And so I just did a little research, and the answer is yes. And so we are going to do a shopping video with a $100 gift card for Petco and everything I buy. And I just said Petco and Calvin's head raised off the couch. It's so funny. I'm going to buy pretty much everything for myself, but I'm going to take Calvin with me and kind of play it off as if like, you know, I'm going to look at things that might be for him, but not get it for him. But I'm going to pick up things for me and see how like Calvin reacts. I'm sure Calvin won't have much of a reaction, but I thought that would be a fun video idea where we kind of turn the tables on Calvin at Petco. And so that's what I'm going to do. I agree, Troy. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. You know, sometimes sometimes you don't want to vent, right? You don't want to be seen as a, you know, a complainer or, you know, somebody who's on their soapbox. But I appreciate that, and I know that we have that kind of friendship, a lot of us here, and so, you know, I felt comfortable doing that. If I wasn't sure, I don't think I would have done that, and so I do appreciate, you know, everybody's ear and listening and all the advice that you guys gave me, particularly during that week, because I was not having a good week at all. Michelle has 9,500 subscribers. Rental cars love it, but hate oil change all the time after your vacations. Beautiful words. Thank you very much for thinking of us. Yeah, you guys have a great channel. So you guys are close to 10,000. Let's see if we can get Michelle and Ed from the Great Indoors there. 18 with 73 years of experience. Oh, that's great, Todd. I'm so glad to hear. All right. Happy birthday. Wahoo. Nice, Todd. Give that amazing woman a hug. Hi, Jeff. Great. Thank you. Big smile. Oh, good. I'm so glad. I'm so glad that she could hear that. Wow, I am so far behind. Audra just got done peeling her chilies, roasted them yesterday. Now your freezer will be happy and full. Yes, I've got a freezer just for your chilies. Good for you. Newman. Newman. Not really as good as Seinfeld. Although you will notice that for the jokes videos that I'm doing on Calvin's channel, they are all to the Seinfeld theme, which is kind of cool. Wow, I've been live for 72 minutes. I didn't expect to be this long, but this has been so much fun. 100 bark bucks. Calvin's not going to be happy about that. He's not, but you know what? He'll get it. He'll get it the next time from me. Petco for humans. Kay and Rose got to go. Thank you so much for coming in. I really appreciate you being here. Yes, you can get stuff at Petco. You'll have to stay tuned, Todd. I'm not going to tell you, but I've done some research, and there's plenty of things that I can get. So you'll have to wait and see. You subbed to Michelle. Awesome. Yes, Brian, that's true. Oops, you take the good, you take the bad, you take them both, and there you have the facts of life. The facts of life. Cal will be jelly. Yep. So far behind. I feel like I am, but you know what? Hey, that's a good sign, right? Pet Spider at Petco, never mind. They're probably cheaper on the web. That is awesome. I love that. Finish him. Oh, there we go. Ketchup, Barry, tomato. Have a wonderful evening, Barry. Mustard. I caught up. All right, 74 minutes. All right, so it's 7:44. I, again, didn't anticipate going on this long. But you know what? This was awesome. I did not expect you guys to all show up, and I really appreciate that. And I thought it would be fun just to kind of resurrect the channel a little bit, tell you a little bit about kind of how it came to fruition. It really wasn't meant to be anything, and then I got shocked by that first video and said, let's keep going for a bit. Tried to brand the channel a little bit, and then kind of just sort of fell off posting, which was really bad on my part, but it's okay. And yeah, we'll put some more videos out there. One thing I didn't mention, I have a cruise coming up in less than 3 weeks. Actually, I'm going to Bermuda with a bunch of people. And so I will film content of that cruise, and I'm sure I will make a couple of videos on that trip. I will be on a different cruise ship than the last time, so I will talk a little bit about the cruise ship and show some cool things of that. So anyways, we'll get a few videos up of that. We'll do some more Rhode Island content and get a few more shorts videos up here too, even though I'm never going to get 20 million views. It's all right. We'll still put it out there. But thank you so much, everybody, for coming. I really, really greatly appreciate it. Love you all, and I'll see you guys soon. Thank you.